Minecraft PvP, one of the game's most important, loved, and controversial elements. Present in the game since early Minecraft multiplayer in 2010, it has seen many changes, improvements, nerfs, which have been liked and hated by the community. It has evolved and changed so much that it entirely divided the community, with some players even refusing to play certain versions of the game, and large servers refusing to update. PvP was once at the center of Minecraft, being the key element in many minigames and game modes, to the point where it was all players would do, and some had never even killed the Ender Dragon. But starting in late 2015 and 2016, many popular PvP servers shut down forever. The PvP community struggled in popularity, and Minecraft PvP, which at one stage almost became an esport, struggled to remain relevant. So what happened? How did we go from a thriving community to one that fell apart? How did PvP evolve from simple left clicking to advanced adrenaline-paced dueling and then into calm and calculated fighting? Well, I'm going to tell you all that and more, so let's get right into it.
Yeah, that's a very good intro, but this video is very well done. To be fair, it's one of the best video I ever seen on the channel from TheMisterEpic. Hope that I don't get copy striked, but there's a problem with that video, is that it's not very accurate, and I'm just doing this video right now because I wanted to clarify some things that have been omitted or erronated, and yeah, I think it's kind of important to clarify those things because PvP is a very controversial topic, and I wish that people would understand a bit more, because the community is split, and yeah, so yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing I thought that was a bit wrong is here. Listen to him.
But back then, PvP mechanics were incredibly different. Let me explain. Back in this early version of the game, you could hold left click with a sword and use this as an auto
This is true.
clicker, something which you would get banned for on modern day PvP servers. However, this auto clicker was unbearably slow, using the
This is the moment that it's not true. I will show you why. So right now I'm starting Minecraft, and let's launch Alpha 1.2.0, and then alright, so now let's launch Beta 1.6. You will know why I launched Beta 1.6. So here we are in Alpha 1.2. So I'm gonna just start a world, and you will see indeed that the autoclicker is painfully slow. What is even this? It's so slow. But notice something. Yeah, you see that when you break blocks, it's not slow. It's not that slow. And now let's just let's fight some. Did you see it? Did you see it? Yeah, the autoclicker actually isn't slow itself. I will tell you what is slow. In fact, I'm just gonna demonstrate something. I'm just gonna spam click here, and you see I'm painfully slow. And as Mr. Epic said, this is indeed
power of video editing. I was able to calculate that this auto clicker clicked at about 2 clicks per second.
Yes, this is indeed 2 clicks per second. But let me show you something now. Now I can click very fast once on the ground. And what if I click an entity? Hit an entity. You see, I can click very fast. So fast that in the animation reset does a jitter thing. That's because how it was coded. I will use a letter to so you can see it more it's more clear now. When I spam click, it's just 2 CPS, but when I spam click on the ground, it's very evident that I'm actually clicking 10 CPS on the ground, because the animation reset every time you click at the time. So yeah, it's not that the autoclicker itself is slow, because when I click on an entity, it does 3 CPS. It's something that is coded in the early version of Minecraft, is that there is a missing cooldown. Let me explain. So whenever you miss the hit, you hit the air, the Minecraft just stops you from swinging your arm, your weapon for 0.5 seconds or 10 ticks. That's why when you like hit the air, it's 2 CPS because it's 2 click per second, and when you divide 1 second by 2, it's 0.5 second or 10 ticks. So. But when you hit the ground or an entity, then there is no CPS limit. Like I can spam click that much, and you see that I can click very fast, or the ground too. And actually the autoclicker itself is more like 4 CPS or 3 CPS rather than that too. It's slow, but there's a thing in Minecraft that's called invulnerability timer, and really you don't need that much CPS for invulnerability because of invulnerability timer. Basically, if you don't know, whenever you hit an entity, like whenever you take damage or an entity take damage, then you or the entity is invulnerable for damage lower than damage taken, damage lower or equal to the damage taken for 0.5 seconds. The same thing as the racing cooldown. What does that mean is like I'm going to click 2 CPS and we're gonna like estimate how much time we killed an entity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do the other way around. So what we are going to do is that we are going to like kill an entity with the auto clicker with like 3 CPS, and then we're gonna jitter it and see how fast we kill a sheep or a cow. Let's go for a cow. So there you go. So we have a cow. Hope that it didn't get damaged. So now I'm just gonna hit the entity. It takes very long, you see. And now I'm gonna jitter over a cow, and we will see we will take the exact same amount of time to kill it. Yeah, I'm falling, but I have fallen, so the thing is not very it's not very like correct. So let's try again. I'm just gonna jitter that cow, and you will see that it will like die in the exact same amount of time that the other. This is the case in every version. That prevents you from taking the damage lower or equal for during 10 ticks after getting damage. So yeah, I wouldn't say that CPS matters very much in terms of DPS. Like CPS and DPS are completely unlinked. So yeah, I hope that this demonstration like actually clarify the things. The auto clicker itself is not very slow. Like it's 4 CPS, not that slow. There is a missing cooldown of 2 CPS when you hit the air. And why the launch beta 1.6 is to show you that when this missing cooldown was removed, and here we are. There we go. So yeah, it's at this moment that the missing cooldown was removed, because now I can click very fast in the air, and when I do the auto clicker, yeah, the auto clicker when missing is still 2 CPS, but can't blame them because there's a thing back then is that when you like hit an entity even during the timer, it would damage your sword. So auto clicker kind of fix that right now. It's a bit glitchy, but like you see. Alright, let's continue.
And Luna.gg today. These servers help develop players' methods of PvP, such as...
No. So this method of PvP was added in 1.7. Why? Because sprinting worked very differently at the time. So right now I'm sprinting, I'm forced to like double tap U. And it was until 1.7 that they added the sprint key. And so when they added the sprint key, that's how like people were actually able to like double tap. Because I'm just gonna roughly explain what happened when they added the sprint key. So basically in Minecraft code, when you sprint and you hit someone, he will take more knockback. And no matter if it's first hit or not, that's not the problem. And what happened in 1.7 is that the thing with the sprint key is that movement is client side. And basically what happened is that I'm just gonna show you. Let's down to 1.7. Down. So what happens is that when you sprint with the sprint key, when you hit someone, you will stop sprinting. That's always the case, because it's in the code. It's in the code since beta 1. I'm stopping sprinting right now, and I just killed this mutton, sheep. No, it's not mutton. We don't kill food here. So I just killed this mutton. Let's create a new one. And what actually happened with the introduction of sprint key is that when you I'm sprinting right now. I'm sprinting and with the toggle sprint, but it's the same with the whole sprint. I'm just summon a sheep, and what happened? I'm sprinting. I hit him, and I feel like I'm sprinting. I'm still sprinting, but in fact, because I stopped sprinting for a time, the thing that happened is that the client just restarted sprinting immediately. When I hit the sheep, it's mostly unnoticeable that I just stopped sprinting for a time bit, but I did, and that's the key thing. I stopped sprinting for a moment, both client side and server side, and immediately, after a frame, I restarted sprinting. But the thing you must know is that the client frames and the server ticks are distinct. I have much more frame per second than a server has tick per second. In fact, servers have a maximum of 20 ticks per second. So this means that the client restarted sprinting before the server could know it. So the server right now, he thinks that I'm not sprinting. And that's why when I hit someone, he just take a way less knockback. It's just because the server don't acknowledge this is a sprint knockback attack, because I'm not sprinting from him, even though I am, because of it. This is what we call a desynchronization. I hit the mutton. Oh, I can't hit. I'm gonna hit that sheep. He will take a lot of knockback, and I will stop sprinting for a bit, both client side and server side, and the client just immediately, very fast, he will start sprinting again, but the server doesn't know and he doesn't update, and he still thinks I'm not sprinting. So that's why when I hit a sheep, I don't get that much knockback, because he thinks the server thinks I'm not sprinting, so he will register that hit as a normal attack instead of a sprint attack. But if I reset my sprint, the server will start sprinting. We acknowledge that I sprinting again, so that's why we double tap this day, or we block it, because blocking actually stops you from sprinting, so the server can update, and thus we have our sprint reset mechanic, which is born. Alright, let's continue.
To sprint cancelling, where you hit somebody, stop sprinting, and then start sprinting again. Resetting your sprint, allowing you to do more knockback, as on your first attack while sprinting, your knockback is greater, as we discussed in the beta 1.8 update. Used in conjunction.
No, it's not beta 1.8, it's 1.7.2. But let's continue.
With strafing, you can get players into combos which are very difficult to break without turning and running. The competitiveness of the zone has pushed the player base to improve and discover methods of PvP.
This is true, but we have two types of combo for me. There's straight lining, where you just get someone in combo in a straight line, and you can strafe from psycho strafing like this. I'm just gonna. Oh, I just broke my turn sprint. I'm just gonna get a zombie to spawn. Let's go, a zombie pigman. And I'm just gonna straight line. This is straight line. And now, if I psycho strafe like this, it's rather different. It's mostly the same, but the difference is that when I cycle strength, like it's way more difficult to actually like break the combo instead, rather when you get to straight line. But there's a factor that make you people like very difficult to escape from straight lining is the latency, not lag itself or ping, but latency. When you like your movement is always like your position is always slightly like delayed server side, and sometimes just make you look like you can't hit the player. That's why when you get into straight line sometimes, especially against high pinger, like it's very difficult to escape it. So yeah, let's continue.
PvPing, which many people just didn't know at the time. For example, jitter clicking and butterfly clicking became very popular once players realized their
Okay, now let's continue.
power, normally after being beat by somebody using it.
What is the power of jitter clicking and butterfly clicking? I just said earlier in the video, no matter how fast you click, you won't do as much damage. You will always do the same damage rate. Like it's always two damage per second. You will always deal 2 times damage per second. Like look at this, I'm jitter clicking on this pig, and he does not like get hurt faster than when I just click like this. Now I just jitter clicking like 3 times, and the pig just got like 1 time the damage because of the invulnerability timer that prevents entity from getting damage that is lower or equal to the damage taken within the 10 ticks after getting damage. So basically, when I hit that chicken during the next 0.5 seconds, he will not be able to take any damage lower or equal to the damage I just did, and also he will not be able to take any like knockback greater than, I don't know, 0.1 block. So I'm to explain what I mean by the power of jitter clicking, I will show you something. So now I'm just gonna do this jump, easy. Okay. See, I failed my jump. Now I'm just gonna jump again. Let's do 3 bucks. I can do this jump very well, and now I failed this jump. Let's try again. I failed this jump again. Let's try again. I failed this jump again. What is happening? And we have a creeper that is jittering right now. I failed this jump again. What a coincidence. Why I'm failing this jump whenever I hit my goddamn creeper? Like I can do this jump well. Like even here I did this jump very well. But oh, I can't do this jump. And now let's go for a rather easy jump. Like seriously, even when hitting I can't fail my jump. Like seriously, who would like ever fail this jump? And oh, let's save him. Okay, but now I failed. Wait, I got some luck. I failed this jump. Oh, I merely failed this jump this time. Let's go try again. Oh, he died. So I merely failed again. And I failed this jump. No. And I failed again. I failed this tiny little jump just because I jittered the creeper. So now I think I'll need some explanation. So basically, as you may have noticed, whenever you hit someone, you get slowed, and when you jitter click on someone, you also get slowed. Look at this. Well, it's 1.7 seconds. It's kind of really cheap, but look at this. I'm getting way more slower. You can also notice that tiny FOV transfer. That's not the main thing because I don't get slower when walking, when sprinting. That's because of sprint thing I just explained. But when I sprint jump, like I'm just gonna sprint jump there, and now I will just, my velocity and makes me sprint jump is greatly reduced, and as a result of what actually happened is that my velocity is reduced. And so velocity is for sprint jumping, but it's also for something else. Knockback. And you know how knockback is important in PvP. It's super important. You can't live without knockback. If you don't take any knockback, you have an absurd advantage against people. But I just said that hitting someone, even during the immunity pass, when I cheat or someone, I will get less, my velocity will be reduced. This means that my knockback is reduced. So yeah, this isn't a myth. CPS does reduce knockback. Click speed does affect knockback. This is the difference and why people jitter cling so much on PvP servers, because you have your knockback reduced. It's like, that's one of the fail. That's one of the reasons why Mojang actually wanted to add 1.9. It's just because of this feature. When you like click on people faster, it will take less knockback. Alright, I think I may have lost some people here, but basically what happens is that whenever you hit here, then what happens is that it multiplies the velocity. Like this is the code that adds knockback to the opponent, like by the server, and this is where it matters. So motion X and motion Z is the velocity, which is the variable I will expand later, and you can see it's multiplied by 0.6. And right after we have set sprinting force, which means that you stop sprinting, and we have the distance I just said before. But the important thing is that is this tiny bit of code, which basically means that what is motion X and motion Z? It's the horizontal velocity, and what velocity do is like it give you a tiny boost when you move. Like you move, it's all position, but when you have velocity, like you move, like it makes you move in a certain direction indicated by the velocity. It's a vector, in other words. And the thing is that this velocity is used when sprint jumping. This is why when you sprint jump, you jump, like you go faster. But when you walk and you jump, you go slower. And it's also used when you get knockback. So imagine you taking knockback and you hit someone. So your velocity will be multiplied, which basically means your knockback is reduced. And there we go, we have click speed in 1.8 that just reduced knockback. And it's in all version. In all version, your knockback is reduced when you spam hit people. So that's why like click speed is rather important factor in 1.8 PvP.
Minecraft PvP's final stage of its evolution, 1.9. On February the 26th, 2016, Minecraft version 1.9 was released, forever changing Minecraft PvP. 1.9 updated axes, making them a weapon of choice in PvP.
No, this is false. Axes suck in 1.9. You will call me like madman, but what the heck are you telling me? It does 9 damage. It just 9 damage. What? 9 worth of damage. 4.5 hours. That's true, but don't forget that axes are painfully slow and sword are way faster. And you will tell me, but swords don't do anything. They suck so much because of shield. And this is the key point. Shields. Let's continue what he said.
Adding shields, a hit delay, and changing the fundamentals of PvP, which everybody had learned. Next to no damage. While this doesn't sound like much, if you compare 1.8 and 1.9 PvP side by side, the differences are very noticeable. Axes, which now did more damage than swords at the cost of a bigger hit delay. 1.9 PvP is all about getting those big critical hits.
This is false. Why? Because people always consider that 1.9 actually don't have combos, and I will tell you, 1.9 has combos. Because why? Combos exist in whenever there is knockback. And you will tell me, but there's a shield that makes you take no knockback and no damage at all, making sword just basically useless. But let me show you something. Let me just show you something. Auto blocking more damage. And you see, shields now block 100% of damage knockback debuff in melee combat. When was this added? 1.11. What actually happened is that shield in 1.9 only blocked 66% damage. Oh, there we go, up from 66. Also, they didn't block a lot of knockback. So basically, shields sucked in this version. There's no point using the shield because it had a warm-up delay, and whenever you can combo with sword even if you're blocking, which is not the case in 1.11 because again it blocks all your knockback. To prove what I say that 1.9 has combo, we're just gonna PvP on PvP Legacy, and let's go. PvP Legacy, which is a server in 1.16 but has a showdown in combos, and you can see that we can combo very well. This is a common mistake to mix up 1.9 and 1.11. 1.9 has combos. Combos are a thing in 1.9. Where aren't combos a thing anymore? Oh, it's a really thing. It's 1.11 because of the shield, which make like you. Honestly, how you gonna combo with the sword when the guy just right click with his mouse just to make yourself invulnerable from any types of damage. Oh, I still have Technos pack. Oops. So let's go to PvP. We finally got in PvP Legacy after a painful thing of why I use 1.16 is because in 1.16 we have like our toggle sprint. So let's go. Per custom, no, that's not what I want. Custom, no. Oh yeah, I forgot. OP. Let's go to kit PvP and I will show you why. Like, let's go for the pound. So I cannot. Oh, I got that pack on. Let's go on. I will show you why in 1.9 the thing that 1.9 doesn't have combo is a complete lie. So let's fight this guy. See, he's getting me in a combo, for example. Let's try with the heavy one and let's fight some random guy. Here you go. See, you see? I'm very bad at 1.9 PvP, but people still can get combos. You see? He's getting into combos because sprint hits are still a thing, knockback is still a thing, so you can still get combos in 1.9, but only in sword PvP, and sword PvP is just the meta of 1.9, but not after 1.11 because of the shield. Like, I will show you because I'm gonna get to it. Like, you can, for example, get to CubeCraft. In CubeCraft, people like the is in 1.9, so shield like they block 60%, which makes them very weak. Although plus they don't block any caveat at all. I can also there's a kind of broken thing in 1.9 instead of like I can crit chain people by just like W running thing I didn't W tapping. I'm getting cyberbullied. Okay. So yeah, anyways, like you can see, like I'm just gonna kill some people. Okay. He has an axe, and I can combo him. Although he's lagging a bit, I just got him into a combo, which is always the case when you don't have shield. So the rumor that like 1.9 doesn't have combos, it has combos, but the thing is that even with shield, it has combos. 1.9, but not 1.11. and above because of the shield change. So let's continue.
Unenchanted Diamond Axe, you deal 4.5 hearts of damage to unarmored players, but jumping and doing a critical hit does 6.5 hearts of damage, significantly more. This means in 1.9 PvP, due to attack cooldowns, every hit matters, and as such, you
like I have to
using to test their new PvP changes. Now, it's unknown when these are going to be implemented into the main game, but many updates have been made to the combat snapshot over the past year, so things are looking really promising.
So, as you can see, here in the main thing that was added in the combat test, I'm just gonna run cookie mod and all my mod right now, is that the weapon speed and the invulnerability timer I just mentioned that was 10 ticks are now related. This means the damage cooldown will be synced with the weapon speed, and this is completely different. This is when you can attack faster with the sword than with your fist. You will do more damage per second. And let's go run this cookie mod.
Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically the attack cooldown has largely been removed.
No, this is false. There's a bonus cooldown. The attack cooldown is that, yes, it was removed, but it's mostly the invulnerability timer and your weapon speed. And also there's a bonus cooldown which gives you extra reach. I'm just gonna show you right now. Creating a new world. So now we have the fist speed has been up to 2.5, so I just have to get some creeper because they don't burn in sunlight. So what happens is that whenever you hit an entity, no matter how fast you click, you will always do the weapon speed, which means I can get a sword, and I'm just gonna click very fast on this creeper, and he will die even at the same speed. This means that basically the weapon speed has been replaced by the invulnerability type cooldown, but just as I say, the weapon speed is synced with invulnerability cooldown. This means that we have another addition that was made, is that you can't attack during the weapon speed, which basically means that click speed affecting knockback has been removed, and this is a good thing to be right. Look at this dude. So let's now continue. I'm just gonna get my pack on back very quickly. I'm used to it in combat test.
And you can click really fast again. The axe still does more.
No, you can't really. There's a okay. Now it's a bit much detail in combat test, but basically there's a thing that's called 40 cooldown, which basically means you can't attack more than 5 CPS when missing. It's complete opposite of beta one of beta day alpha days, when the missing cooldown is longer than the weapon cooldown in alpha, but here it's shorter. So when I can click that as fast as I can, it's always 5 CPS. But let's go to the next element.
More damage than the sword, but it was also not as fast. They also nerfed axes by giving them less reach than a sword.
Yes.
However, one thing they have added, which I really dislike, is a super fast autoclicker.
No, this is not disliked. In fact, I think that Technoblade will love it, because the autoclicker, what it does, we just realized him finish the sentence.
Right now, I'm only holding down left click. And look.
Yes. What it means is that there was an autoclicker that was added in the combat test, which is I know you will just yell, but what are they thinking? This is the most an idiot thing I ever seen. But no, let me explain. They added the autoclicker, but just as I say, there is a bonus cooldown in the combat test, which means that when you wait for your weapon to charge to the attack cooldown. You see here we have the attack cooldown. If you wait for the charge, I'm just gonna summon a new ability clicker. This means that if you wait for your weapon to charge, if I spam, I can't hit him. But if I wait, I can't hit him. This is the 200% charge attacks that gives more reach, and the thing is that like this make a huge difference in fight, because like if you really think about it, because of this bonus switch, and you know how rich matters in Minecraft, like it make auto-clicking you're just wasting your time giving people free hit when they just have to charge hit you, when you're just spinning here like clicking. Oh my god. Plus the auto-clicker it only goes 4 CPS, and that's when missing. When they hit an entity, it goes like 20 let me calculate, something like 80% slower than when spamming an entity. There we go. Like I'm spamming this entity. I'm gonna spam this entity, and now I'm just gonna hold down left click. It's slightly slower, but it's not noticeable. The most noticeable is like I'm holding on left click, and now with 10 CPS. Normally, I'm just gonna do the optimal clicking 5 CPS, as you can see. So yeah, I think that's the main thing that made me want to make this video about, because like the whole combat testing is erroneous. No, the auto clicker itself is not that fast, and compared to the new bonus switch that was added in the combat test, it's really different. You see, I think you should check out my montage and combat test. It's very different from people think of the autoclicker. It's very slow. It's very like, why you would see in my video, if when I have the sound, I never autoclick in the combat test because it's so wildly inefficient.
Look how fast it goes. Other changes include the fact that
this goes as fast when you spam, by the way.
Axes always disable shields now, meaning they can be used strategically with swords to first disable the shield, then switch to a sword to rain down attacks upon the opponent. They also
no, axes are kind of underpowered because of how fast the sword. This is a different topic, but really, I would like the sword to be nerfed to 2.5 attack speed. 2 is too much. It's literally 150% the speed of the sword in 1.8. Why?
also made shields much weaker in this version, making them only block up to 2.5 hearts of damage.
Yeah. Also, an important thing that was added with shield is that they are instant, just like sword blocking. So basically, shields and sword blocking are the same thing. The only thing is that shields in this version are trash, because they are either super OP or either just bad, like they block nothing. Seriously, why do they block 5 damage? Oh.
And only block 50% of knockback instead of all of it. Now there are a lot.
There is a bug in the in this version. Roughly, here is the. Oh, I don't have it. So roughly, there is a bug since 1.14 where when you shield, you would take a knockback towards the opponent. But because you take a 0 knockback since 1.11, like it wouldn't affect you. But now it affects you because like. The shield, which is supposed to block a 50%, like it will block 50%, but you will get knockback towards the attacker, which means we will block more because the velocity will just like counter itself and negates a bit of like way more knockback than it should. So basically, shield right now they block way too much knockback. They block once. I would say like if you want, it blocks like 50% plus. You block 50% knockback and subtract 1 full block of knockback.
A lot more changes, so if you're interested, you can go to the wiki or Reddit to read and try the snapshot for yourself. But anyways, Minecraft PvP has evolved so much throughout the years, and many of these decisions have divided the community. Who knows what the future holds with combat snapshots, but at least Mojang is making an effort to change the things which players dislike. Maybe one day the PvP community will finally be content with newer versions of the game, but only time will tell. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Alright, me too. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed and leave a like. So, and comment in the comment section where I should improve. This video is mostly about to react to TheMisterEpic video about PvP, which is a very complex and controversial thing. So to summarize, we have first of the thing, the alpha like a missing cooldown. The alpha version have a missing cooldown, and the autoclicker itself is not that slow, but compared to invulnerability, it's just as fast as invulnerability tamer. So yeah, it doesn't make that much of a difference aside that you need to aim better. you need to have better aim. And also the other thing that I will just say is that 1.7 added a sprint resetting feature, which is a kind of more complicated to like. It's just the first hit that gives knockback. Since beta 1.8, no, that's not true. It's 1.7 that added a sprint key and added a desync between the server and the client, making you to need like to reset your sprint in order to always do sprint hits. 1.9 didn't ring combos, but 1.11 definitely did when making shield super OP. And lastly, combat test autoclicker is not that fast too, and it's legit a disadvantage compared to someone that times their hits. So that or someone that spam their hits or block hit. So yeah, this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.